Let's talk about the $7,500 federal tax credit for the Tesla Cybertruck. It's here, and also explain why it's a great deal. I feel like there was a lot of confusion with this because yes, you can get the $7,500 federal tax credit on a lease. And there was a lot of comments back and forth and people talking about, well, it's not a good deal because you have to pay the 36-month payments and all that stuff. But really, that's not actually the case at all. We found some verbiage in the contract that you can buy out a lease ASAP. And actually, people are already starting to get offers to buy out their lease already on even after a week after purchase. Here's a post from Hallmark's catalog. Lease purchase option already appearing on my girlfriend's app. She just started her lease last week. Of course, this is for a Model 3, but we can see from this breakdown, there's not any added 36 months of payments onto it. You can see the gross cap cost at $45,000. You can see the cap cost reduction, the $7,500 plus they did a down payment, and you can see adjusted lease balance $33,629. There is a purchase fee right here of $350 on this Model 3. So you can see there's not 36 months of payments or 24 months of payments tacked onto this. They're just buying it out at the price minus their down payment, minus the $7,500, and of course an ordering fee of $350. And so that's essentially how this works, because right now the current situation is the Cybertruck does not qualify for the $7,500 personal tax credit if you're paying cash or even financing. So leasing is the loophole that gets you the $7,500 federal tax credit. But of course, there's fees on top of that, and I try to break it down into two scenarios. The left side being if you were to purchase it cash right now without the tax credit because it doesn't exist, you can see your estimated out the door is going to be give or take around $88,000 with a 10% tax rate. Option B is leasing. There is a tax credit. So purchase price $80,000, acquisition fee $695, buyout fee on this contract, it actually tells us $150, but let's just bump this up for sake of argument here to $350, like that Model 3. You can see estimated tax $8,000. So you're not going to get the full $7,500 because there are fees like the acquisition fee and the buyout fee, but still, you're still ahead of the game, maybe even ahead of the game, $6,500. And if you do it within a week, 2 weeks, or in that first month and only get hit one payment of interest at that 13%, then you're still going to be ahead about $5,000 to $6,000 ahead than option A, which option A, you just don't get the $7,500 federal tax credit at all. And so here is how this loophole essentially works. The first one is you got to lease it. You get that $7,500 lease incentive. There's a couple different fees that come with it. And you want to do this quickly because the lease interest is 13.08%. So the longer you wait, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it because it's starting to, that interest rate is going to eat into your fees and eat into your $7,500 federal tax rate. The lease is not meant to keep that 36-month lease and then buy it out in 3 years at the end of it. It's not meant to do that at all because that 13% will effectively kill any sort of tax credit that you actually have. So the next step one, of course, is lease it, get the $7,500 federal tax credit. And of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get that extra $2,000 off. And then really, you want to buy it out ASAP. And so really you might be thinking like, well, how am I going to buy this out? I don't have $80,000 in cash, and that's why I'm trying to buy it through Tesla so I can finance it. Well, the good news is there's plenty of other banks that consider a 2024 or 2025 vehicle, Cybertruck, Tesla, or whatever it is, as a new car. So you can go through many credit unions, like a ton of the credit unions down below in our Patreon group, where you can get access to the Ultimate Tesla Guide with all the different credit unions that have interest rates 4.5 to 5.5%, which is just the same as a new car rate on a Cybertruck that is brand new. But here's the breakdown of everything in case you're wondering of all the different fees that happen with a Tesla Cybertruck lease. And this is where you can see that the interest rate on the lease is 13.08%, or a money factor of 0.00545. So really the move would be here is if you're looking to do this, if you've got good credit, because if you don't have good credit, this move doesn't work for you at all. You're going to step one, lease the vehicle. You get the buyout option within that first week or two, get approved through a credit union, maybe even at 5%, 5.5%, and then make the purchase to buy that vehicle from Tesla and finance it through the credit union. And you'll be able to take advantage of some of that $7,500 federal tax credit. You won't get the full thing because some of it will be eaten out by lease fees, acquisition fees, and everything like that. But you're still ahead because if you remember in option A, when you buy it directly from Tesla, whether you're financing or cash, there is no $7,500 federal tax credit, and so you're still ahead at least $5,000 to $6,000 than you were beforehand. So that is where this loophole makes a lot of sense if you're looking to do this and if you have the means to finance it or even pay cash for another option with the Tesla Cybertruck. But hopefully that makes a lot of sense. I was getting a lot of comments and confusions. I just wanted to clear that up for everyone. So it just makes a lot of sense for you if you have the means to actually do it. And that's how I would do it if I was looking to buy another Cybertruck or even my first Cybertruck. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking.